Hey y'all, I'm TBelle, your Philosofan. Okay, nerd confession time. I do not particularly enjoy the works of one Alan Moore.
Dr. Mr. Neil Gaiman, save me.
Much better. Take note, I did not mention disliking Moore's work, just not enjoying it. I don't think Alan Moore's work is meant to be enjoyed. I mean, you don't see people whipping out the Killing Joke for a cozy evening in. His work disturbs the reader and won't let them absorb it passively, and I wish someone would tell that to the people that keep adapting his work into movies. Alan Moore is notoriously hostile to any film adaptation to his original work. Honestly, I can't blame him. The man makes such dark, contemplative, mind-screwy stories, it's hard for any conventional comic book film to do the original justice. Sometimes they fall just short, and sometimes they fail spectacularly. Just why do these movies go over about as well as a lead balloon? Let's put on our thinking caps and find out. Films from Alan Moore comics are altered usually in three ways. There's more streamlined narrative, more likable characters, and less moral ambiguity. These changes are most obvious with the trifecta, V for Vendetta, Watchmen, and League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and their subsequent films. I've seen all three films. I've read Watchmen, tried to read League, more on that later, but I've troped all three. I'm fully aware I'm not an expert. I'm just calling it like I see it. Alan Moore can't tell a simple linear story to save his life. Fortunately, comics are the perfect medium for crapping with narrative to your heart's content. At least that's the way I felt reading Watchmen. I read the whole thing in 2 weeks and finished at 4 in the morning. It was a mental experience I put up there with spending 6 hours a day on Crime and Punishment.
Actions are performed in a masterfully and most cunning way, while the direction of the actions is deranged and dependent on various morbid expressions. It's like a dream.
Senior year was fun. One of the reasons Watchmen leads in such mind-buggery is that there are 15 plot lines in 3 time periods and 2 universes, all contributing towards one story arc simultaneously. Whether with the backup documents, a cheap pirate comic from left field, or the time vortex gumbo of Dr. Manhattan's mind, Watchmen gives the impression that you are never reading one story at one time. By the climax, every separate storyline joins forces to hit you at once and put you through the emotional ringer. That psychological impact is what makes Watchmen so great. Zack Snyder didn't understand this. He tried, bless his heart. But Snyder is primarily a visual director, and the film's strengths are when he lets the pictures talk, like the opening credits and Osterman's soliloquy. The multi-layered power of the comic simply isn't feasible in film form. Unless you're going for the artsy, pretentious vibe, nonlinear storytelling isn't really hot at the box office. Archetypical heroes' journeys are expected, but no one really pegs a mind screw for a superhero film. Alan Moore also has a habit of writing characters warts and all. For example, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen consists of sociopaths, mobsters, and rapists. After seeing the film at 15, I started to read the trade in my school library. I ran back to class after the first rape scene, on page 4. However, a comic full of jerks is more bearable than 90 minutes of them on screen. Profitable films need clear character types, so many of the arsewipe qualities of the cast are dropped. The Invisible Man is no longer a rapist, and neither is Mr. Hyde. Nemo is less vindictive, Mina is vampiric, being ousted from her leadership role by Quartermain, who is Sean Connery.
I'm waiting to be impressed.
And either because there wasn't enough of a cape, or Americans were in danger of being alienated, they added Tom Sawyer with a rifle. Horrible addition. Perfect stand-in for the role of America in the theater of the world at the time. The reason LXG bombed was not making the characters less mentally off, but the colossal screw-up of the tone. Alan Moore has a specific tone where the world is chaotic, cruel, and morally ambiguous. Most people are disturbed, and those wholly good are either deluded or ineffectual. You can't mix that with steampunk Victorian fun. Arguably, what made the LXG film tank worked in V for Vendetta's favor. It is certainly the least reviled of the movies, and everyone I've talked to has enjoyed it. The original comic's message is far less black and white morally. Which is more beneficial, fascism or anarchy? Is comfort worth freedom and vice versa? Is he a deranged terrorist or a visionary freedom fighter? The film implies the answers for the audience, leaning to the optimistic outlook. It switches intellectual perspectives from Socratic self-questioning to the human yearning for freedom. It's a universal inherent spirit, and America doesn't have a monopoly on it. Yeah, the characters could have been better handled, and the allusions to the Bush administration are well on their way to being dated, but watching the climax, you don't care. Seeing all these people makes you want to change the world. It's a kind of hope with brass knuckles and balls of steel. I'm not sure that was Moore's intended reaction to the story, but I think the human race is a little better for having it. The profound mystery of why Alan Moore adaptations are crap, not counting that JLU episode, has yet to be fully explored. Best I can tell, the man makes art and goes deep. And the best a comic book movie can hope for is a Jungian hero cycle. At least pre-Dark Knight. Maybe Moore's works are better just to read and digest slowly than to see on a screen. Or we're just not ready for a summer blockbuster we can watch passively. I'm TBelle, your Philosofan. If you enjoyed, thanks for listening. If you didn't, I look forward to your flames. And now is probably not the time to mention that I thought the LXG film was fun. Watch it. I've got a Mark Gatiss brawly and I'm not afraid to use it.